Here's what happened when I had to go to the hospital last week to see if I had some heated disease up inside my guts. Hey y'all, last week I had to go out of town to get some tests run on me to see if I had some kind of heated disease up inside my guts. I'll kind of start from the beginning. Back around Christmas time, I went to the bathroom one morning and out came some blood out of my,
wee-wee hole.
So I was like, what the crap? Called my regular doctor and went in and, they checked it, yeah, there's blood. So they put me on antibiotics. I guess they thought I had some kind of urinary tract infection. So they put me on antibiotics for like 10 days or 2 weeks, something like that. And that was like through Christmas. And went back after the first, and it cleared up right away. I mean, like after the first dose of antibiotics, I couldn't see any anymore. But when I went back 2 weeks later, they said I had microscopic blood in my urine. So I can't remember what they call that, but anyway, it's not important, I guess. Anyway, so she decided to try me on another week of antibiotics and see if that cleared it up. So I put on another 7 days of antibiotics. I came back after like 2 weeks, and she still showed microscopic blood in my urine. So the next step was to try to line me up with a urologist. It took them a while to line that up. Anyway, I went over there after about, 5 or 6 weeks later. This was like in February, I think, sometime in February, into February, I believe. I went over there, and they basically, you pee in a little cup, all that junk, they took my blood, all that kind of junk, and talked to the lady there that was the urologist, and, she asked me questions and stuff, and she said she didn't have the results back from the urology test, but being as I had shown microscopic blood, actually seen blood in my urine, and 2 tests came back with microscopic blood, that they felt like something might be going on. But she didn't feel like I was serious because I've never smoked, and I have no history of anything, bladder or kidney disease or anything like that in my family. So she didn't think it would be a problem, but she said, cancer is the most worrisome thing. That's the one thing. That's the worst thing you can get. But she said it's the least thing they usually see. It's usually something else causing it, whatever. But especially when you don't have a history of smoking and history in your family or whatever. So, but she still wanted to take a look, and so she was going to line me up to get a CT scan or CAT scan there. But she wanted to also go up inside there and take a look, which means they send a little endoscope or whatever up inside your
pee-pee hole,
and go up into your bladder and take a look with a little camera. And so I said, okay, so she was going to line it all up to where she could do it all in the same day, since I had to drive like 100 miles over there. So I waited on that. They lined it up. Anyway, I just went last week to actually about a week and a half ago, and went over there. Had to be over at 7:30 in the morning, and so they did the CT scan. That's where they run you through the machine a couple times, and then they stick you. Actually, it already stuck me with for a dye. It's intravenous stuff, whatever, and they stick you with that. And first they view you without anything, and then they run the dye through you. Then they take some pictures or whatever, and then you got to wait like 10 minutes, and they take some more or whatever. It took about 20 minutes altogether in there. Anyway, got done with that, and the guy was super great, whatever, over there, and so had to leave there and go to the urology part of it, which my appointment wasn't until 11:30. So anyway, I had to wait around. I finally got in. It was a big hassle. It seemed like they had some kind of emergency. Right when I got back to the room, I stayed in that room for an hour and something because they said that And I wasn't told anything until they finally come in there and said that they had some emergency, I guess somebody's bladder had exploded or something. I don't know. But anyway, so the doctor came in and told me, what's going to happen. That want to make sure I want to go through with it because they said, when they run that camera up in there, it can damage your urethra. You can, damage your bladder. You can perforate it, whatever. And I want to know if I still want to do it. I said, well, yeah, that's the reason I drove over here was to get it done. So I got to know. He said, well, he said my CT scan came back all clear. It was he didn't see anything on there, but everything was good with there. No cancer, nothing in my kidneys or anything. But they can't see in the bladder without looking with that scope. So so we're waiting on a bed. So it took me about another hour or so, and they took me back there, and it basically looks like an operating table. Had to get undressed. Lady there was real nice. They get you up on the table, and I don't know if I'll go into a little bit of detail here. So if you don't want to hear about, something going up in your
pee-pee hole or whatever,
because it's for women too. They do this a lot for women too. But I don't know if any of y'all had done, but anyway, I'm going to explain this for men basically, so you kind of know if you haven't ever had this. You probably will. For most men, you'll probably have to have this done eventually, at some point in your life. But usually, as you get older, from what they said. But so if you don't want to hear that, leave now. You go? Okay. So yeah. So what they do is first she gets you up there, and she it's real sterile environment stuff because she maybe take a big antibiotic pill, just one dose of it, but it was like this big around of a antibiotic pill. I guess like a massive dose of antibiotics. But anyway, she lay down there and she took a little rag or something. It was super cold. Squirted some stuff on there. I couldn't really see what was going on, but she cleaning all around down there. And then she told me she was supposed to give me a little shot of Novocaine. So I couldn't see this, but I felt it. Felt like a needle, basically how you get it like in your mouth or a shot or whatever. But this was in my,
pee-peer.
I'm trying to be nice about this and not be dirty. So yeah, I felt that. And that kind of hurt, but it was just for a second, just like a regular needle. But she said, okay, so she sit there, and then she had to she was putting all kinds of stuff on top of it. And at the time, I didn't know what it was, but just layers and layers of stuff. She got done, and a few minutes later, the doctor guy came in, and he was like, he was ready to do it, and he said,
you want to watch it?
I said,
what do you mean?
He's like,
there's a screen there and a screen over there.
And I was like, okay, TV screens, And he goes, you can watch it. So I turned my head to the left because I really didn't want to be watching him out of the corner of my eye. So I just turned my head over here, and where the nurse lady was there, and she had like an IV bag, and I assume it was some kind of saline solution or something because they were talking about squeezing it. He goes, and I'll tell you when to squeeze really hard. I didn't know what they were talking about. And so anyway, he starts to go in, and you can watch it on the camera. You can see the little camera going into your
pee-pee hole.
And so it starts going in, and first I didn't really feel much of it. I guess the Novocaine was what, I could feel it, but it wasn't like hurting or anything. And he gets it so far, and it feels like you're just peeing, you're just pissing all over the place. And from what I understand now, she's squeezing that bag, and it's pumping that solution ahead of the camera, I guess, or something like that. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but it feels like you're pissing all over the place. And anyway, he said,
okay, we're to the prostate. He goes, I got to push past the prostate. He goes, it's going to hurt like heck for a second.
So he starts to push, and basically I could see it. He's pushing the camera past the prostate. The prostate is, right over between your bladder and your urethra. He's having to push that camera past that, and he said, told her to squeeze really hard. So she squeezed it. I mean, it just feels like I'm just having a gully washer down there. And I mean, for about 5 or 6, 7, 8 seconds, man, that was some kind of pain, boy. I mean, it hurt bad. And but he goes,
okay, we're through. We're in the bladder, you know.
so you can see it in the bladder. And the pain lessened a lot. It still feels like I'm just peeing. It felt like a really bad burning pee. A gully washer of a pee. I mean, that's what it kind of felt like. I mean, if you've ever had, I've never really had a bad infection or nothing, but I can assume that if you really having to pee really bad and a lot of pee and it's like a really burning pee, that's what it felt like. For about 10 minutes or so, he's up in there with a camera, and you know, it's kind of fascinating. He's looking, you know, he's looking for whatever, and at one point he says, he goes, watch this, and you see he goes, watch that spot right there, and you see that little deal open up. It looks kind of like a valve or something. It opens up, and you see a little swirl, and from what I believe that is when your kidneys, I guess, releases urine into your bladder. I assume it has a little valve right there that opens and shuts and lets the urine into your bladder. And then he says that looked good. He goes, he was looking for blood to see if he could see blood come in there. So then he went on down a little further. He was following like a ridge, he said, and he goes, he stopped at another one. He goes, watch it. So you see it open up, and you see the same thing. He said that looked good too. So he didn't see any blood. He looked all around it. He didn't see any kind of cyst or whatever, I guess, in there. So he said, you know, everything was looking good. So he was coming out with it. So I felt it come out, and it didn't hurt near as bad coming out than it did coming in. I mean, I guess because it was already in there, so it just pulled right out. But yeah, he was done, and what all that stuff he was put on was after I realized that afterwards it was like absorbent pads, I assume, to try to catch as much of that water or say the solution that they were pumping in me, and so I was still wet. I mean, I was still wet all over the place, but anyway, they were done. He said everything looked great. He said I don't have to come back. He goes, unless you know something happens, but he said I was in great shape. He didn't know what caused that. He said the only thing they had seen was I had back last July. I had passed a kidney stone. I went to the hospital for that, and that hurt. That was some pain there, and they told me that I still had some, but they didn't look like, you know, they said they could break loose at any time. You never know. Everybody's pretty much got kidney stones. That's the same thing he said, that he said pretty much everybody has kidney stones or gallstones. It's just whenever they decide to cause you a problem. He goes, mine didn't look like they were in any position to cause problems. They were, I guess, small ones, whatever. But basically, when you have it in there, I guess it can. Sometimes it can scratch it or cause a blood, you know, something like that, and you get blood. And being it was something causing it for, you know, a few weeks there apparently, but then apparently it cleared up between the last time I was at the doctor, when they were showing microscopic blood. He said both of their tests showed 0 blood, which the test when I went in February, and then the test I took that morning, he said it come back clean too. So I wasn't having any blood, but anyway, but they needed to take a look because they didn't know what would be causing it. So, but apparently they don't know what really was causing it, other than possibly just a kidney stone was banging around in there, I guess, and caused it to bleed or whatever. But so anyway, that's all good. So I just thought I'd make a video on this, mainly to. I've been kind of worried about it. I mean, it's, you know, I'm not super worried, but you know, it's always been in the back of my mind basically since December. But I try not to let that stuff get to me too bad. But when I was down there 6 weeks ago, whatever it was, and the lady told me she didn't feel like there was a problem, it made it feel a lot better. But you know, it still's in the back of your mind, you know, because they don't know for sure, you know. And you're worried you got cancer or something. So, but anyway, all that was good. So you know, it's kind of a relief off of me. But so. Anyway, I just thought I'd make a little video to tell y'all about it. Kind of let people know too if you've ever had that done, or if you're, you know, thinking it's coming up. maybe you'll give you a little information about it or whatever. I'm gonna put some links to whatever they call. I can't remember what that's called. When they do that, when they go up there and take a look in your bladder, but you know, it's just something that's what they had to look forward to. But this hospital, I mean, they were like, you know, super efficient with it. I mean, it was like, you know, real professional. I mean, everything was great. I mean, as far as, I mean, it hurt, but you know, just something you got to deal with, I guess. But I mean, one of the ways I think I've read that it's if they know there's a problem up inside there and they're going in there to actually cauterize something or laser something out or whatever, then they actually will put you under or I guess maybe give you a local or something like that to so you don't have the pain of that. But when you're just going in there just to get it checked, apparently they just do this, I assume. Other places may be different, I don't know. You can always check with your doctor or hospital, wherever you're going to have it done. I really didn't know. I mean, I didn't even know what questions to really ask them about it. So when I first talked to her, she just said she didn't want to go up there and take a look. So I said, okay, whatever, you know, go up there and take a look. I mean, they say they do it all the time, women and men all the time. It's a real common procedure. So they said almost, you know, everybody's got to have it done at some point in their life. So just be prepared, you know, however old you are right now, be looking forward to that at some point in your life. I see with women, you know, they go up to read the tube too, just like with men. So I don't know if it hurts as bad because I guess, you know, women don't have a prostate. I don't believe, do they? You know, I'm not no medical person, so I believe a woman doesn't have a prostate. So, but it may still hurt really bad. I don't know. But if you're a woman and have ever had that done, you know, you leave a comment down there because I'm kind of interested in knowing if it does hurt for women too that bad. But for men, I can tell you right now, it hurt, but it did hurt super bad. Like I said, it's a pain for about 10 minutes, and but for 10 minutes to find out that you ain't got cancer is well worth it. So if you're worried about, you know, somebody talking about doing that and saying, you know, you might have cancer, don't put it off, because get it done. I mean, because if you're worried about it, because yeah, it hurts, but get it done, because it's a lot worse or hurt not knowing and having to kind of like deal with that. I mean, for 4 months, I basically had to have that in the back of my mind. But anyway, I just want to tell y'all about that. Tell y'all not to be worried about me. I ain't ate up with cancer now. Thank goodness. I'm glad I'm not. And anyway, but like I said, if y'all are having some kind of problem like that, don't be scared to go get it done, guys or women or whatever. Go get it done. It hurts for a little bit, but it's not super bad. But so anyway, if y'all like this video,
Give it a thumbs up. Preferably don't give it a thumbs down.
But if you want to, hit a comment, man. If you've had this done, or if you just want to ask me another question about it or whatever,
Hit that bell notification.
and it helps me out. And anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I don't know if I'm gonna film another video yet or not, but I'm thinking about filming another video. I just filmed my first vlog. And that's the reason I'm wearing, you may see me, I'm wearing the same outfit, but I literally just got done filming the outro of that in front of the camera. So anyway, that's the reason I'm wearing the same outfit. But I had this on my mind. I wanted to do it last week, but I just never found time to do this. But so anyway, now was a good time, so I thought I'd make it. So anyway, I gotta quit rattling. This video is gonna be long enough as it is. Y'all have a good one, and take care. Bye.